Welcome back, fans, to the ECHL Insider. I'm your host, Garrett Hunter, here to give you an update on round one of the Kelly Cup playoffs. Boy, is it not disappointed so far with a lot of great finishes already just 1 week into the postseason. We'll start in the North Division, where it's the Maine Mariners and Adirondack Thunder. The series is currently tied 1-1. Maine, something to note, only one shot on goal in the third period in game one, but they still pulled out the victory 2-1. Mariners just put on an absolutely defensive clinic in the third period. Absolutely no offense, just one shot on goal, and they still pulled out the victory. Got to give the Maine goaltender some credit. Very, very good in the third period to secure that Maine victory. But Adirondack came back and tied things up in game two. Also in the North Division, the Norfolk Admirals 2-1 lead on the Trois-Rivières Lions. Something to note, though, that 4 remaining games in this series will all be in Norfolk. So if Trois-Rivières wants to advance, they're going to have to win 3 out of 4 games on the road in a very hard atmosphere in Norfolk, Virginia. Moving on now to the South Division, where it is 1 game through in the Greenville-Orlando series. And through 60 minutes in game one, it was tied 0-0, but Spencer Kirsten got the OT winner to take game one for the Solar Bears. And right now, the Solar Bears lead that series 1-0. Also in the South Division, what a surprising start to the Everblades Iceman series. Iceman took game one on Thursday night 4-0, but the Everblades stayed composed and they got the 2-1 overtime winner to take game two. And that series will now move to Estero, tied 1-1. Moving to the Western Conference now in the Central Division, where the Toledo Walleye had a thrilling OT winner against the Wings in game one. You'll see that OT winner at the conclusion of this episode. Boy, was that just a crazy way to end a game, especially for the Walleye to take a playoff game. And they followed it up with a win in game two. So that series will move to Kalamazoo with the Walleye leading 2-0. And Wheeling and Indy has definitely not disappointed so far. Indy took game one by a score of 5-2, but the Nailers came right back in game two with a 7-1 victory. So very impressive for the Nailers. What a bounce back to tie this series 1-1. Something to note, game 5 will be played at the UPMC Lehman-X Sportsplex in Cranberry, Pennsylvania. That'll be considered a home game actually for the Wheeling Nailers. Despite that they will not be able to use their building that night. So that could actually prove costly, maybe not as good of a home atmosphere since it will be in a practice facility in what could be a very critical Game 5 in the playoff series. And in the Mountain Division, it is a 3-0 lead for the Kansas City Mavericks over the Tulsa Oilers. In this series, I go back to game 2 where the Oilers tied the game late in the third period, but it did not faze the Mavericks. They were able to come back, win that game late in the third period to take the 2-0 lead. And then I feel like the Oilers got phased after that, really struggled, especially early in game 3, and lost 3-1 in game 3. And now the Mavericks will go for a series sweep in game 4. In our final series in the Mountain Division, the Allen Americans and Idaho Steelheads has not gotten underway yet. That game 1 will be on Monday night. So we're looking forward to game 1 there in Boise between the Americans and the Steelheads. Well, now you'll see the overtime winner I referenced a few minutes ago with the Walleye and Wings in game 1. We will come back next week to give you the conclusion of round 1 of the Kelly Cup final of the Kelly Cup playoffs and give you a preview of round 2 in the playoffs with the division finals in all 4 ECHL divisions.
Counted to Lewandowski. Lewandowski to Hawkins. Shot. Oh, it got through Borba. They score! Brandon Hawkins